Welcome back to the channel BBC Coin. Today we are diving into the fascinating story of the 1975 Lincoln 1-cent coin with no mint mark, a coin that many Americans have handled without realizing its potential value. The world of rare coin collecting is full of surprises, and some ordinary-looking pennies have sold for astonishing prices. While most 1975 pennies are worth only a few cents, certain rare examples with unique characteristics, exceptional condition, or valuable mint errors have attracted the attention of collectors across the country. The Lincoln cent has been one of America's most recognizable coins since 1909. Designed to honor President Abraham Lincoln, this historic coin has remained a favorite among collectors for generations. The 1975 Lincoln cent continues that tradition, offering collectors an exciting opportunity to search for hidden treasures. The first thing many people notice about the 1975 Lincoln cent is the absence of a mint mark. This often creates confusion among beginners. A 1975 penny without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. During that period, Philadelphia cents typically did not carry a mint mark, making no mint mark examples completely normal. The obverse of the coin features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right. Above Lincoln's head appears the word Liberty, while the date 1975 is displayed in front of him. The national motto "In God We Trust" is prominently featured across the top of the coin. On the reverse, collectors find the classic Lincoln Memorial design. This iconic image remained on Lincoln cents from 1959 until 2008 and remains one of the most beloved designs in American coinage history. More than 5 billion Lincoln cents were struck in Philadelphia during 1975. Because of this enormous production number, most examples remain very common today. However, condition and rarity can dramatically affect value. A typical circulated 1975 Lincoln cent with no mint mark is usually worth only a few cents. Coins that have spent decades in circulation often show scratches, wear, discoloration, and damage that reduce collector interest. The real excitement begins when collectors discover coins in exceptional condition. Uncirculated examples that retain their original mint luster can be worth significantly more than face value. Professional grading services carefully evaluate these coins and assign grades that help determine market value. Collectors pay special attention to coins graded Mint State 65, Mint State 66, Mint State 67, and above. As the grade increases, the value often rises dramatically because pristine examples become increasingly difficult to find. Another factor that can make a 1975 penny valuable is the presence of mint errors. Coin errors occur during the manufacturing process and create unique varieties that collectors actively seek. Some examples include off-center strikes, double strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, and dramatic misalignments. These unusual characteristics transform ordinary coins into fascinating collectibles. Among the most desirable are doubled die varieties, where design elements appear doubled because of errors in die production. Strong examples can command impressive premiums in the collector market. Color designation is another important consideration. Lincoln cents are often categorized as brown, red-brown, or red. Full red examples that retain their original copper color are generally the most valuable because copper naturally darkens over time. When searching through old penny collections, experts recommend looking for coins with sharp details, bright surfaces, and minimal signs of wear. Even a small difference in preservation can mean a substantial difference in value. Now let's discuss the possibility of extremely high values. Headlines occasionally appear claiming that certain pennies are worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. While such stories capture public attention, these extraordinary prices are usually associated with exceptionally rare error coins, unique varieties, or one-of-a-kind specimens in remarkable condition. A standard 1975 Lincoln cent with no mint mark is not automatically worth $1,200,000. However, a rare and highly significant example with an extraordinary error and elite grading could attract substantial interest from advanced collectors and auction houses. This possibility is exactly why coin collecting remains so exciting. Every collection has the potential to contain something unexpected. A coin that appears ordinary at first glance could reveal a rare characteristic that dramatically increases its value. If you own a 1975 Lincoln cent with no mint mark, examine it carefully under good lighting. Look for unusual features, doubling, strike abnormalities, or exceptional preservation. Consider using a magnifying glass or digital microscope for a closer inspection. For coins that appear unusual or exceptionally well preserved, professional authentication may be worthwhile. Reputable grading services can verify authenticity, identify errors, and assign a grade recognized throughout the numismatic community. Today, we are taking a closer look at the fascinating 1976 Liberty 1-cent coin with no mint mark, a coin that millions of Americans used every day but that continues to attract attention from collectors around the world. Stay with us until the end because we will discuss the features that make certain examples valuable and why some collectors are constantly searching for these historic pennies. The year 1976 was a special year in American history. The United States celebrated its bicentennial, marking 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Across the country, patriotic events, commemorative products, and collectible items were released to honor this milestone. While many people focus on the famous bicentennial quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins, the Lincoln cent from 1976 remains an interesting collectible in its own right. The 1976 Lincoln cent features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front of the coin. Lincoln's image, designed by Victor David Brenner, had already appeared on the cent for decades and had become one of the most recognizable coin designs in American history. Above Lincoln's portrait appears the word Liberty, while the date 1976 is displayed prominently. The national motto "In God We Trust" can also be seen along the upper edge. On the reverse side, collectors find the classic Lincoln Memorial design. This design was introduced in 1959 and remained in circulation until 2008. The Lincoln Memorial stands proudly in the center, symbolizing American history and national unity. Around the memorial are the inscriptions United States of America, 1 cent, and E pluribus unum. Now, let's discuss the no mint mark feature. Many collectors become excited when they see a coin without a mint mark because they assume it must be rare. In reality, most 1976 pennies without a mint mark were produced at the Philadelphia Mint. During that period, Philadelphia cents generally did not carry a mint mark. Therefore, finding a 1976 penny with no mint mark is completely normal. However, this does not mean every 1976 no mint mark penny is worthless. Coin collecting is all about condition, rarity, and unique characteristics. A coin that has survived for decades in exceptional condition can command a premium among collectors. Coins graded at the highest levels are often much more valuable than ordinary circulated examples. One of the biggest factors affecting value is preservation. Most 1976 pennies entered circulation immediately and experienced years of wear. They were carried in wallets, dropped into cash registers, and exchanged countless times. Because of this, truly pristine examples are much harder to find than many people realize. Collectors carefully inspect coins for strong luster, original mint shine, sharp details, and minimal contact marks. A coin that appears almost exactly as it did when it left the mint can be highly desirable. Professional grading services evaluate these characteristics and assign numerical grades that help determine market value. Another reason collectors search for 1976 pennies is the possibility of mint errors. Error coins are created when something unusual occurs during the minting process. These errors can include off-center strikes, double strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, and double dies. Some error coins become highly sought after because they are significantly rarer than normal examples. Imagine discovering a coin that differs from millions of others produced that year. That uniqueness can attract serious interest from collectors. In some cases, rare error coins have sold for impressive amounts at auctions, especially when the error is dramatic and well preserved. There is also excitement surrounding high-grade certified examples. Professional grading organizations examine coins under strict standards. When a coin receives an exceptionally high grade, it can become a standout example within the collecting community. Registry set collectors often compete to own the finest known examples of specific dates and varieties. This competition can push prices much higher than most people expect. While ordinary 1976 pennies are usually worth only a small amount above face value, exceptional specimens can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Rare varieties and remarkable errors may attract even stronger bidding from dedicated collectors. If you own a 1976 Liberty 1-cent coin with no mint mark, there are several things you should check. First, examine the overall condition. Look for bright original surfaces and sharp details. Next, inspect the coin carefully for unusual features that could indicate a mint error. Using a magnifying glass can help reveal details that are difficult to see with the naked eye. You should also avoid cleaning the coin. Many beginners believe cleaning improves appearance, but collectors generally prefer original surfaces. Cleaning can reduce a coin's value and make it less attractive to experienced buyers. Today, we are diving into one of the most talked about coins among collectors, the 1990 Lincoln 1-cent coin with no mint mark. At first glance, this coin may look completely ordinary. Millions of Americans handled these pennies every day. They were used to buy candy, newspapers, and everyday items. Most people never gave them a second thought. But in the fascinating world of coin collecting, even the smallest details can transform an ordinary coin into a highly sought-after treasure. The 1990 Lincoln 1 cent features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front. Lincoln's image has appeared on the cent since 1909, making it one of the most recognizable coins in American history. On the reverse side of the 1990 penny, collectors will find the classic Lincoln memorial design that was used for decades before being replaced by newer reverse designs. One detail that often sparks excitement among collectors is the absence of a mint mark. Many people assume that a coin without a mint mark must be rare. In reality, a 1990 penny without a mint mark was typically produced at the Philadelphia Mint. During that period, Philadelphia cents were commonly struck without a mint mark, making them a normal part of circulation. So why are collectors still interested in these coins? The answer lies in condition, rarity, and potential minting errors. Coin collectors know that not all coins are created equal. Two pennies struck in the same year can have dramatically different values depending on their condition. A heavily circulated coin may be worth only 1 cent, while a perfectly preserved example could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Professional grading services evaluate coins based on factors such as luster, surface quality, strike strength, and overall preservation. Coins that receive the highest grades are often the most valuable because very few survive in flawless condition. Another factor that can increase value is the presence of mint errors. During the minting process, mistakes occasionally occur. These errors can include double strikes, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, and other unusual characteristics. When collectors discover genuine mint errors on a 1990 Lincoln cent, interest can rise significantly. Imagine sorting through a jar of old pennies and finding a coin that looks different from the rest. Maybe the lettering appears doubled. Maybe part of the design is missing. Maybe the coin was struck off center. These unusual features can attract serious attention from collectors and dealers. One reason stories about valuable pennies spread so quickly is that they inspire people to search their own collections. Every year, collectors examine thousands of coins hoping to discover a hidden rarity. Some of the most valuable coins ever found were sitting unnoticed for years before their significance was recognized. The 1990 Lincoln cent continues to attract attention because it represents the possibility of discovery. Even though millions were produced, collectors understand that rare varieties and exceptional examples can still emerge. This excitement keeps the hobby alive and encourages people of all ages to learn more about numismatics. If you happen to own a 1990 penny with no mint mark, there are several things you should examine carefully. Start by checking the overall condition of the coin. Look for strong details, original shine, and minimal wear. Next, inspect the coin for unusual characteristics that may indicate a mint error. A magnifying glass or coin microscope can be extremely helpful during this process. Collectors also recommend handling coins carefully. Touching the surfaces with bare fingers can leave oils and marks that may reduce value. Holding the coin by its edges and storing it in a protective holder can help preserve its condition. As interest in rare coins continues to grow, stories of valuable pennies capture the imagination of collectors worldwide. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or someone just beginning to explore the hobby, the 1990 Lincoln 1 cent with no mint mark serves as a reminder that remarkable discoveries can sometimes be hiding in plain sight. Could a rare example be sitting in an old piggy bank, a forgotten drawer, or a family coin collection? The possibility alone is enough to inspire countless searchers across the country. Coin collecting is about more than money. It is about history, craftsmanship, and the thrill of uncovering something special. Every coin tells a story. The 1990 Lincoln cent tells the story of a coin that circulated through countless hands while quietly waiting for collectors to take a closer look. Today we are taking a closer look at the fascinating 2017 Lincoln 1 cent coin, a modern American coin that has captured the attention of collectors across the country. The Lincoln cent has been a part of American history for more than a century. First introduced in 1909, it became one of the most recognizable coins ever produced by the United States Mint. Over the decades, billions of Lincoln cents have been struck, but every year certain coins attract special interest because of their rarity, condition, mint errors, or unique collecting demand. The 2017 Lincoln 1 cent was issued during an important period in modern coin production. These coins were struck for circulation and were intended to be used in everyday transactions. Millions of Americans handled them without giving them a second thought. Yet among those countless pennies, collectors continue searching for examples that stand out from the rest. One reason the 2017 penny attracts attention is the possibility of finding unusual mint errors. Throughout the history of American coinage, minting mistakes have transformed ordinary coins into highly sought-after collectibles. Off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, clipped planchets, and other production anomalies can significantly increase a coin's value. While most 2017 pennies are worth only face value, an authenticated error coin can sometimes command impressive premiums in the collector market. Let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse, or front side, you'll find the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. His image has appeared on the Lincoln cent for generations and remains one of the most enduring designs in American coinage. Around Lincoln's portrait, you'll typically see the word liberty, the date 2017, and the national motto "In God We Trust." Turning to the reverse, you'll see the Union Shield design. Introduced in 2010, the shield symbolizes the strength and unity of the United States. The design features a shield with horizontal and vertical elements representing a united nation. Above the shield appears the inscription E Pluribus Unum, while the denomination 1 cent and the country name United States of America complete the reverse design. For collectors, condition is one of the most important factors affecting value. A heavily circulated 2017 penny that has spent years changing hands will usually be worth only 1 cent. However, coins preserved in exceptional condition can become much more desirable. Professional grading services evaluate coins based on their state of preservation, assigning grades that help determine market value. Mint state examples showing virtually no wear are particularly popular among collectors. Coins with strong luster, sharp details, and minimal marks often command higher prices than circulated examples. The higher the grade, the more competitive collectors become when trying to acquire the finest known specimens. Another exciting aspect of coin collecting is the hunt for varieties and errors. Many collectors carefully inspect every penny they encounter, looking for unusual characteristics that could indicate a rare variety. Under magnification, subtle doubling, die breaks, or striking anomalies can sometimes be discovered. Although such finds are uncommon, they continue to fuel interest in modern Lincoln cents. The popularity of Lincoln cents also contributes to their collectability. Because millions of people collect pennies, demand remains strong for notable examples. Whether someone is building a date and mint collection, searching for errors, or assembling a high-grade registry set, the 2017 Lincoln cent can play an important role in modern collections. If you believe you found a special 2017 penny, it's important to examine it carefully. Look for unusual features, compare it with known varieties, and consider seeking expert opinions from experienced collectors or professional grading companies. Authentication is especially important when dealing with coins that appear to have rare characteristics or significant value. One of the most common mistakes made by beginners is assuming every old or unusual-looking coin is automatically valuable. In reality, rarity, condition, demand, and authenticity all work together to determine market value. That's why education and research are essential parts of successful coin collecting.